and welcome to Prudent Media. My name is Sachin Chatte and on this program we'll review the latest movies. Today we will take a look at The Smashing Machine starring The Rock and Darren Aronofsky's new movie called Caught Stealing. First, let's take a look at The Smashing Machine. Directed by one half of the Safdie brothers, that's Benny Safdie, The Smashing Machine is inspired by the true story of a wrestler and mixed martial arts fighter Mark Kerr. Although it follows a conventional biopic format, the narrative and the themes it delves in sets it apart from the other films. Safdie, in his debut solo directorial effort, rightfully earned the Best Director award at the Venice International Film Festival earlier this year. Under the direction of a different filmmaker, this narrative could have easily veered off course. Another significant revelation in the film is Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock, who is typically recognized for his roles in action and comedy. In this instance, however, he embodies a character with multiple shades and executes it with remarkable finesse. His transformation is not only physical, we've seen Dwayne Johnson with hair in this film, but he also conveys a profound sense of vulnerability and a spectrum of emotions, even though the character he portrays is a wrestler, which aligns well with his persona. Yet it is the performance he delivers outside the ring that is truly impressive. Joining him is the ever-dependable Emily Blunt, who portrays his girlfriend, and their relationship is rocky. This also serves as the core theme of the film. Set during the emergence of the MMA, the narrative unfolds from 1997 to 2000. Mark Kerr, played by Johnson, is a wrestling champion, but this is not the Olympic style of wrestling that has strict rules. In this arena, one can actually kick opponents and inflict injuries until blood begins to spill. However, the film's emphasis is not primarily on the events within the ring. Kerr has a girlfriend, Dawn, played by Emily Blunt, who stands by him, yet they experience their share of highs and lows in the relationship. Concurrently, he begins to develop an addiction to drugs and opioids, which start to impact his performance. Although he is known for his undefeated status, there comes a day when the tide must turn. The Smashing Machine is not your typical sports movie where the protagonist will go through a tough time and then make a comeback to wrap up the film on a high. Instead, it focuses on Kerr's personal journey through his challenges. Kerr is accompanied by a friend, Mark, played by real-life MMA fighter Ryan Bader, who also serves as his trainer. Their bond is as significant as his relationship with his girlfriend, though this friendship doesn't have a downside. In contrast, his relationship with Dawn is complicated. While she provides support during his difficult times, she also seems to thrive when he's at his lowest. "I think I miss taking care of him," she confides to a friend, illustrating a toxic codependent dynamic between them. Rather than adopting a conventional cinematic style, Safdie has chosen a documentary-like approach that proves to be highly effective. The use of numerous handheld shots combined with outstanding performances contribute significantly to the film's authenticity. Although the film does not delve into the sport itself, it subtly highlights the futility of the game, which has only become bigger over the years. The world could certainly do without this blood sport. However, the film, inspired by the story of one of its earliest stars, is eminently enjoyable. I'm going to go with 3.5 out of 5 stars for the new Safdie movie, which is called The Smashing Machine, starring The Rock. And now let's take a look at Caught Stealing. Based on the screenplay by Charlie Huston, who also authored the original novel back in 2004, Caught Stealing is a crime caper that smoothly shifts gears, culminating in a climax that will largely leave you feeling satisfied as the end credits begin to roll. Set in New York City, we have seen films where the right man finds himself in the wrong place at the wrong time and then must navigate the chaos surrounding him. This film by Darren Aronofsky succeeds because it adheres to the fundamentals and executes them effectively. A crime thriller of this nature is not something we have previously seen from the director, but given the evident talent displayed in his filmography, it is not surprising that he has managed to achieve this. Austin Butler plays Hank Thompson, a bartender in New York who was once upon a time a promising baseball player. There is ongoing discussion about baseball, particularly during his conversations with his mother, who is also a baseball enthusiast. Laura Dern plays the mother, who appears in a single scene towards the end of the film. Hank has a supportive girlfriend, Yvonne, played by Zoe Kravitz, who is a paramedic and becomes embroiled in his unforeseen troubles. His friend leaves his cat in his care before heading to London. Along with the cat comes trouble, and a lot of trouble. A couple of mobsters confront him, demanding information, and matters escalate from there as he remains in the dark, trying to understand all that is happening around him. In addition to the Russian mafia, there's a Puerto Rican, a couple of Ukrainians, two Hasidic gangsters played by Leif Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio, and a detective played by Regina King who are involved in the situation. Hank faces not only issues with gangsters but also struggles with a drinking problem that aggravates the former. While the film does not achieve a home run at any point, it is the way the storytelling captivates you that is commendable. This is simply a straightforward narrative of a man on the run accompanied by a cat in New York City. Unless of course one takes into account the passing reference to the former mayor and the now disgraced Rudy Giuliani, who was the mayor of New York at that time. At times, the film seems to borrow elements from other works reminiscent of Coen brothers and Martin Scorsese. But on the whole, to Aronofsky's credit, he manages to deliver the goods. I'm going to go with 3.5 out of 5 stars for this crime caper called Caught Stealing. Well, that's what I thought of the two films released this week. Do let us know what you think, and I'll be back with you next week with more movie reviews. Till then, goodbye and take care.